Good morning. There was a consultant, there were some changes to how the county does assessments for taxes, and long story short, business property taxes are going up. For Wednesday, November 12th, it's your Loudon Now Morning Minute. Thanks for being with us. I'm Rence Green. The Loudoun County Commissioner of the Revenue is changing the way that the office assesses the value of business personal property in Loudoun for tax purposes, which is to say property that a business owns other than real estate. And those changes are likely to result in higher tax bills for some businesses. Commissioner of the Revenue Bob Wertz told the Board of Supervisors last week that they hired a consultant to look at the way Loudoun County was valuing the fair market value of business personal property. This is done according to what are called assessment schedules. Wertz said that the consultant, PFM, found that the county's assessment schedules are lower than comparable jurisdictions. The consultant found that some classes of property are depreciating more slowly than previously thought, and in particular, this may affect one of Loudoun's biggest taxpayers, data centers. Currently, for tax purposes, first-year assessments are based on 50% of the cost of purchasing the item in the previous year. They take 10% off of that each year. Loudoun County has been doing it that way since 1988 and last studied this method in 2019. So, for example, data center computer equipment, which is where most of the tax value of data centers comes from, is valued at half its purchase price the first year and then depreciates at 10% each following year and is considered to have a lifespan of 5 years. Now, that's starting at 60% and it's considered to have a lifespan of 6 years. Other businesses will feel that impact too. Furniture and fixtures and general computer equipment are being combined into one schedule, with the initial value increasing from 50% of the purchase price to 70%, which also increases that lifespan from 5 to 7 years. This goes into effect at the beginning of 2026, and the first tax bill with the new valuations will be due in May of next year. Go to loudonnow.com/Morning Minute to check out the whole story. In other news, the Community Foundation for Loudoun and Northern Fauquier Counties has partnered with Amazon to launch a $150,000 fund to support local nonprofits. Nonprofits serving Loudoun can apply for grants ranging from $500 to $10,000 until December 15th through the Community Foundation. An Amazon spokesperson said they chose to partner with the Community Foundation because it's already engaged with similar work with Loudoun County government. Community Foundation President and CEO Nicola Costa called the fund a major investment and said she's excited to partner with Amazon. The grants focus on 5 areas of need: health and wellness, food security, community infrastructure for homelessness intervention and prevention, sustainability and environment, and social cohesion. There will be a virtual information session on December 1st, and we've got the link to register in the story on our website. Loudoun County has set a new record for highest value land sale. JK Land Holdings sold 97 acres of land east of Leesburg for $615 million, making that the first land sale costing more than $6 million an acre. It is land for, you guessed it, data centers. SDC Capital Partners bought the land, which has been approved for 5 two-story data centers. Another section of the property went to Dominion Energy earlier this year for $45 million for a new electrical substation. This was a pretty successful investment. JK Land Holdings bought all of that land for $57 million 4 years ago. And speaking of taxes, as we were earlier, this one could also present a challenge to county assessors. The land was valued on the tax rolls at just under $60 million, or less than 10% of the sale price. Commissioner of the Revenue Bob Wertz said his office will have to look at data center land overall in the county as they begin reassessments for next year. And Loudoun's work hosting the 2025 U.S. Youth Soccer Eastern Regional Championships has earned national recognition. The publication Sports Destination Management has held its 2025 Champions of Economic Impact in Sports Tourism, and it turns out that youth soccer in Loudoun County is pretty big business. The Youth Soccer Regional Championship in Loudoun was listed among the top 50 sports events across the country and was credited with having a $6.5 million local economic impact. More than 208 teams from 13 states all up and down the East Coast competed on 28 fields at the Potomac Lakes Sportsplex and Loudoun Soccer Park. It was produced in conjunction with Visit Loudoun. According to the latest data from Virginia Tourism, Virginia received 12.1 million sports visitors in 2022, and the sports tourism industry generated $2.7 billion in spending across the Commonwealth. Get the full story on this and all these stories over at loudounnow.com. On today's Get Out Loudoun calendar, Poorhouse Trivia is at 8 Chains North Winery tonight starting at 6:30 p.m. Thought-provoking questions, great music, entertaining hosts, and great wine and beer, and it's free to play. Solace Brewing Company is hosting free line dancing lessons tonight starting at 6:30 p.m. No experience necessary, but experienced line dancers are certainly welcome. And A Killer's Confession and Dogma are playing at Tally Ho Theater tonight at 8 p.m. Check out the rest of the events calendar at getoutloudon.com. And if you like the Morning Minute, pick literally any number from the last 4 stories and donate at loudounnow.com/donate to tell all your friends, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and it'll be waiting for you there every morning. Okay. Have a great day.